guys, and welcome back to another short yoga skills video. Today's focus is going to be on supported headstands and tripod headstands. So without further ado, find some space on the floor, grab a mat if you have one, and join me in a kneeling position on all fours. We're just going to start by warming up the shoulders and the arms a little bit here. So we're going to inhale as we're just going to start by warming up the shoulders and the arms. So we're going to come into our cat-cow position. So hands under shoulders, knees under hips, and you're just going to do 5 cat-cows. Really squeezing the shoulder blades together and pushing the chest through the arms and taking the eye gaze up to the ceiling. And then exhale as you push through the floor, really pulling the shoulder blades apart, rounding through the upper back and planching through the arms. Inhale to squeeze those blades together. And then exhale to round, and we'll just do that 3 more times. Inhale as you squeeze those blades together. Exhale to round. 2 more times. Inhale, squeeze. Exhale, round. Inhale, squeeze. And then exhale, round. And then you're just going to take your hands just slightly further forwards, tuck the toes and press back up into down facing dog. And really think about spreading through the hands. So grab the mat with your fingers, press through the hands, and then open up the shoulders. So pull the elbows down and under as if they're trying to look at each other, and allow the neck to come loose from the shoulders. Open up the space between the shoulder blades and your upper back, and press through the hands. Push the crown of your head towards the floor, and just pedal out the feet. Open up those hamstrings and those calves. And then we're just going to come through and do 3 body flows. So you're going to roll forwards, really planching over the wrists, and then dropping the hips towards the floor as you come up into your cobra position. And then exhale as you tuck the toes and press back to down facing dog. And we're going to do that 2 more times. So inhale, really planch over the wrists, drop the hips to the floor, look up towards the ceiling, cobra. Exhale, tuck the toes, press back to down facing dog. And 1 more time, roll all the way over, planch over those wrists, shoot the body weight forwards, drop the hips to the floor, look up at the ceiling, come to cobra, and then press back to extended child's pose for just 2 breaths. From here, we're just going to focus on finding that high plank, that planche position in high plank. So you're going to come back up onto your hands and knees, tuck the toes and push back to down facing dog. And I really want you to think about shooting the body weight all the way forwards, coming up onto your toes and really leaning over as you find that plank position. Squeeze the core, squeeze the glutes, squeeze the inner thighs, and then press back to down facing dog. And we'll just do that 2 more times. So inhale to roll forwards, really find that high plank position, press up through the floor, push away from the floor, round that upper back and pull the shoulder blades apart as you shoot the body over the hands. Press back to down facing dog. And 1 more time, inhale as you roll forwards, shoot that body weight all the way over those hands, really push up through those fingers, find that high plank position. You shouldn't really have much weight on your toes at all. And then exhale as you press back to down facing dog, and you can just drop to your knees and just rest your shoulders in extended child's pose for 2 breaths. So now you're beginning to feel what that planche feeling should feel like in your shoulders, which you're going to need to build strength in for your inversions, starting with your headstand progressions. So we're going to just build up the core strength as well. So if you come back up into that down facing dog position, and we're just going to do some Tut Crunches. So you're going to inhale as you lift your right leg up, squeezing the knee up towards the chest, and then exhale as you shoot it forwards between the legs. So really planche again to keep that knee lifted away from the floor, and then inhale to kick back, and you're going to do it again 3 more times. So inhale, squeeze that knee up, exhale, shoot it forwards, inhale, kick back, last one, exhale, shoot forwards, press away from that floor, inhale, kick back, exhale, relax, pedal out the feet. and then we'll do the other side. So inhale, lift the left leg up high to the sky, crunch that knee up in towards the chest, and exhale as you shoot forwards, keeping that knee lifted. Exhale, kick back, sorry, inhale, kick back. Exhale, shoot forwards, and crunch. Inhale, kick back. Last one, exhale, crunch. Really press that floor away. Inhale, kick back. Exhale, release the legs to the floor, pedal out the feet, come to your knees, and just relax again for another 2 breaths in child's pose. Relax those shoulders. If you want to release your arms by your sides, shake it all out. Do whatever you need to bring your shoulders back to life again. And then we're just going to do one more shoulder strengthening drill before we start working on that inverted position. So the final drill that we're going to do today is dolphin press. So you're going to come up into that down facing dog position, but rather than be on your hands, we're just going to drop onto our forearms and clasp the hands together so that you're in this kind of tripod shape with your arms, your hands and your elbows, and still try and press the head through the arms still. So the head shouldn't be on the floor, it should just be pushed through the arms in this kind of down facing dog position, but on your forearms. And you're just going to inhale as you lean forwards, coming up onto your toes. Try and kiss your thumbs and then push back as you exhale. And then if you want to try and go further, you could go all the way to the other side of the mat on your hands. So inhale to lean forwards, shoot past the hands, touch the floor with the nose, and then push back. And we'll just do that 3 more times. So inhale, shoot forwards. Exhale, push back. Inhale, shoot forwards. Exhale, shoot back. And again, inhale, shoot forwards. Exhale, shoot back. And then just come back down to your knees. And again, rest in child's pose for another 2 breaths. So now we're beginning to feel what that shoulder strength should feel like when we start to take the pose upside down into our headstands. Today we're going to learn the supported headstand. So you have got tripod headstand where your hands are in the tripod shape with your crown of your head fully on the floor. Today you're going to interlock your fingers and place your hands over the top of your head, so your crown of your head is actually in your hands. Try and keep the little fingers tucked inwards so that they're not stuck outwards underneath when you come to put them on the floor. And just place them around where your ponytail is. And you're thinking about having your elbows shoulder width apart again. And you're just going to find that position on your mat. So you're still in that tripod shape, but instead of having your head on the floor, you've got all your forearm on the floor and your head is in your hands. So you might have sort of 20% of the front of your forehead on the floor, but 80% of your body weight is in your arms and hands. So from here, you can tuck your toes underneath and push your hips high to the sky and start walking your feet in. So in our headstands, we want to find the point where our hips are above our heads. So you'll feel that kind of weightless moment when you reach that point. However, that's quite a daunting point to get to, and I appreciate that. So we're going to try some drills here. From this position, we're going to walk our feet in, and then we're just going to lift one leg up, find that tuck and squeeze that leg in, and almost lift that toe off the floor if you want to, of that lower leg, and then come back down, and then do the other leg. So tuck the left leg up this time, squeeze and try and push those hips over the head. See if you can lift that toe off the floor, tuck, and come back down. And we'll just do that 2 more times each side. So lift the right leg up, squeeze and tuck, lift if you can, and then come back down. Left leg, squeeze and tuck, lift if you can, come back down. And last time each side, squeeze and tuck with the right foot, lift if you can, come back down. And left foot last time, squeeze and tuck, lift if you can, and come back down. Come onto your knees and just relax for a moment or 2 in child's pose. Relax your head, maybe circle your neck a few times. So if that's where you want to stay today and you just want to keep practicing it, feel free to pause the video, carry on with that until you feel confident enough to kind of maybe lift both legs into that tuck position. However, If you want to take it further, if you found that was okay and you're confident enough to take it further, you could also practice this against the wall as well. You don't have to do it with the scary prospect of falling backwards, but try and tuck and roll if you do fall backwards in this position. So if you want to take it further, we're going to simply take both legs. So we're going to find that tuck position with one and then lift the other leg up to tuck both the legs at the same time. So you're going to find that set up again with the hands and the elbows, and then you're going to walk the feet in, stack the hips above the head, and then tuck one leg up. Really squeeze your core to keep that leg tucked and compressed, and then squeeze the other leg up. And see if you can find that position there. Hold for maybe 3, 2, 1, and then release. Come back down to the floor. Relax the head, relax the arms, take a break, whatever you need to do. And from there, once you've found that stable base and you're not too wobbly around there, you can start to extend the legs. So I'll just demonstrate to you what that will look like, and then you can pause the video and have a go yourself. So from here, you're going to find your setup again with your hands. Make sure that those elbows remain shoulder distance apart, and make sure you're always pressing through your elbows into the floor as well. So a lot of my students struggle with this when they start to put all the weight into the head and the hands, and they don't press down on the elbows. So this triangular base is really sturdy. Make sure you're using it to its full potential. Keep pressing those elbows into the ground. Don't let the body weight go too far forwards that way. So really think about pushing up through the armpits, engaging those lateral muscles and bringing the core into play as well. So find your sturdy base, set yourself up, find that tuck position, and then you might want to lift your legs or come back down to tuck, or you could try lifting one at a time. And finding a full headstand, and then coming back down into that tuck so that you can lower yourself with control. So have a go, pause the video, give it a go for a few times, and then come back and join me on the mat, and we'll do a few stretches to release your necks and your backs after your practice. So the first stretch we're going to do is plow pose, and this is going to help release your neck. So option 1, if you don't want to do plow pose, you can just simply sit here, grab the top of your head and just bring your chin in towards your chest and stretch out the back of the neck, because in your headstands we've compressed this area quite a lot, so it's important to get it stretched back out again. Maybe hold here for a couple of breaths, release, and then you could maybe do from side to side, or maybe a few neck rolls, whatever you feel like doing to release that bit. If you want to try plow pose, come onto your backs, and we're going to start by finding that shoulder stand position. So make sure your neck is nice and long underneath, and we're not crunching in the neck here at all on the front side or the back side. So we're going to lift our thumbs off the floor and find that shoulder stand position. So stack the elbows underneath the hips, push the legs up high, try and find that length in the neck, and then let the feet just drop all the way over the back, and see if you can touch the floor behind. Maybe relax here for 5 or so breaths. You can release the hands if you want to, whatever you need to do. Maybe you've got 1 or 2 more breaths left. Last deep breath all the way in. Exhale completely. And then slowly tuck the legs and roll yourself back down onto your backs. Then drop your toes to the floor. Keep the heels lifted. Take the hands out in a T-shaped position, and we'll just window wipe the legs from side to side to release the entire back. And maybe just do this, 5 times each side, whatever you need to do. And then if you want to finish with a mini savasana or further stretching, feel free.